everybody. We're just going to make a strawberry smoothie today. Very simple. We'll get started and we'll talk about the nutrition and the individual components at the end. So first I have some thawed frozen strawberries. Frozen strawberries are just as good as fresh. In fact, sometimes even better. I'll go into that later. So once it thaws, it becomes quite a less volume. So we're going to throw that into the smoothie. Best to get unsweetened strawberries. Here we have roughly about 1.5 cups of yogurt, unsweetened, plain yogurt. If you have a vanilla flavor, it's kind of nice. You can buy it with a vanilla flavor, or you can put in a small amount of vanilla extract. And then here we just have a cup of plain milk. It can be low fat, medium fat, 1%, 2%, like that's all fine. And so now here we have the smoothie, and we're going to make a strawberry berry smoothie. Bring it over to the blender. High-powered blenders are great. You can throw in ice if you want to make it nice and cold, or just use the frozen strawberries. There. I'm just going to take a little taste of it. Tastes fantastic. But we're going to bump up the nutrition just a little bit in this bag. So what this already has is, well, it has the fruit, the berries, so you're getting a lot of fiber, the natural sugars, as well as some vitamins and minerals naturally present in the berries themselves. I mean, this could just as easily be blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, or a combination of all of them. The yogurts, you can play around with different yogurts. The nutritional benefit there is that it's usually very high in protein. So Greek yogurt usually is the highest in protein, or skyr, which is an Icelandic variety. But it's also very high in calcium and sometimes vitamin D. So basically the dairy products here are really, the most important thing is the protein, the calcium, and the vitamin D. Really great especially for young growing athletes, women who are at greater risk of osteoporosis. All this is really crucial for really great bone health. And so that's that. And now we're going to go a little bit off the map on the nutrition side of things. Starting off really easy, I add so much stuff into my smoothies. But what we have here is actually just what we have here is actually just rolled oats. When I started getting experimental with my smoothies, this is what I started with. Oats are really high in a very specific type of fiber called beta-glucan. This type of fiber has been shown to lower cholesterol levels, and in general, we all just need more fiber in our diet. So I actually add a lot of different grains to my smoothies, but today, as we're just getting started with experimenting with grains in smoothies, I'm just going to add 1 tablespoon. Actually, I'm just going to add 1.5 tablespoons. I usually add much more than that. I usually also add flaxseed, which has another type of fiber that's very healthy, reasons I won't get into here, maybe in another video. And I also add hemp hearts, which have great healthy fats, as well as chia seeds, which is another great source of fiber. But I won't do that in this video. So I just added a little bit of those oats, and now I take a very neutral green vegetable. Now, green smoothies don't work with every fruit, but when it comes to berries, it makes it super forgiving. And so all I'm going to do is just take a little bit of this leaf lettuce. The nutritional benefit here is folate, a specific a specific B vitamin that you should be getting in your diet once a day. And one of the best sources of this is leafy green vegetables. Say you don't like salad, or you can't have salad every day. I mean, this is just a perfect way to use up some lettuce that maybe has gone a little bit wilted. If you start to go into things like kale, then the smoothies get a little bit bitter. So like I say, just start with small amounts and just kind of see where your tolerance is for these kind of healthy ingredients, or just stick to the basics of the dairies and the fruits. One might ask, well, can I use almond milk? Can I use coconut milk or cashew milk? And I would say, yeah, absolutely. Anything goes in a smoothie. The one thing just to keep in mind here is that you might not be getting the same amount of protein, because there's usually not that much protein in these nut-based milks. and then always checking the nutrition label to see if it's equal to the milk in terms of the calcium and the vitamin D. So as long as it's nutritionally similar, or you just like the taste and that's just, or you have an intolerance or an allergy, absolutely those things can work too. It's just, yeah, you might be now missing out on the protein. So really we're trying to create like a fully nutritionally complete smoothie. So if you take out the protein from the dairy, maybe you want to start thinking about something like, you know, peanut butter or something else that's like higher in protein. Hemp hearts or hemp protein powder can also be quite high in protein. But anyway, let's see what happens with this smoothie now. We have fruit, we have dairy, we have grains, we have lettuce, and if we're working off the old Canada food guide, then we actually have all 4 food groups in this smoothie right now. You can even throw a carrot in there. Now, let's do a little experiment. Has the color changed? Has the texture changed? And I can already tell you pretty much no. So you've just added all that nutrition, and essentially you have the exact same smoothie. Obviously, taste test is important. Tastes fantastic. Basically exactly the same. What will happen with grains and salad in your smoothie over time is that it will start to make the smoothie a little bit bitter faster than if you didn't add those ingredients. But I mean, in those cases, maybe you can just add in a little bit of sweetener or something if you know you're not going to drink your smoothie right away. I'm going to post a 4-component smoothie resource that has lots of tips of different foods you can combine to keep a nutritionally dense smoothie or to make your own and create your own. But just one other tip I'll leave you with for today, because we're all busy, we're all on the go, we don't always have time for everything, and also it's kind of annoying to clean these things if you just leave it in here. I highly recommend getting something like mason jars. I mean, these ones are, this one's too big, this one's too small, but basically, yeah, you buy these mason jars and you make a bigger batch of your smoothie, and then you pour them in, you cap them, put them in the fridge. You can have them on the go for breakfast, you can take them for a post-workout meal. Especially important to remember the protein with that one if it's the post-workout. And then you just have a whole bunch of these grab-and-go smoothies, and then you can wash this thing out right away and not have to worry about a crusty old smoothie jug. So anyway, if you have any questions, please write me or let me know or post something. Yeah, thank you.